But
Sure.
if there's material we want to share with other people in our circles, then it'll be there. Okay. Sorry, go ahead. Just hit me.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's not a new notion really.
No.
Um,
Mm-mm.
but it really expands on the wisdom that came from a lot of the Lakota and um people who know about our clan ways, our clan systems,
Hmm.
and how they had, the purpose and utility of them was to share information, share support, um, make decisions, these simple things that we need in terms of human
Hmm.
relations so that we stay in peace and don't head for war.
Yeah.
So, so that was like, well, the initial impetus came in about 21 when, we were all in the throes of the lockdowns and
Yes.
the social disconnection that was happening. So that was really the first thing was, how do we help heal the rifts that are being forced on us by this situation we're in,
It's
and how do we prevent that in the future?
mm.
How do we prevent that from being a social ill that it truly is?
Hmm.
Because it comes from the premises of the being like the American dream or belief that you know uh, the freedom meaning is really the right to pursue your own self-interest no matter the cost, being that if you can garner enough resources and you can convince enough people to see a program your way, you can prosper. And you know, to heck with all the losers in the situation, they
Yeah.
don't matter.
No.
So so that was like my interpretation of that notion of freedom, and yet I also felt the very strongly the effect of where we were being led like cattle because they could accomplish that lockdown on us.
Hmm.
It proved to them and us that where's the power sitting and what can those with the power do with it
Mm.
in terms of influencing our lives. So it was like, I'm not, I'm a rebel. I've been a rebel all my life, but I
Me too.
kind of kept it to myself. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I went through substance abuse,
Mm.
alcohol, and self, denigration of, so my recovery's only been about going on 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had a lot of healing and catching up to do with
Hmm.
feeling worthy enough to put
Mm.
this out there in the world and hope that the right people see it and see the beauty and the utility in it, like for people who are lost because the system designed itself to do that to people,
Mm.
right? So
Yes.
I'm trying to um well, I did try working with a group of people at a platform I found that seemed to have the idea, but what I saw around this upcoming election told me that like the principal people involved are actually stating a political choice, which I don't think is based on wisdom at all, but rather, um, the continuing dichotomy of the American political scene that not going to get anybody anywhere but someplace bad,
Hmm.
no matter who takes the reins after the election. So I I said, well, if they're not understanding what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is if the kinship way was adopted, then we would not need that system anymore. And so
Mm.
there,
Hmm.
they didn't get even try to understand it. So I felt a little like disregarded,
Yeah.
and I left that platform. So
Mm.
that just happened, and I said, well, what I'm going to do is try to craft it into a book. I'm learning how to use AI tools to make videos. So
Are you?
yeah,
Uh-oh.
well, I'm
Mm.
not very good at it. It takes a while,
Yeah,
but
it does.
I feel I need to do a little bit of people are attuned to videos more than written word these days, so
Yes. Yes.
I have to use the medium that they're
Yes. I agree.
engaging in. So that's where I'm at, really. I have thoughts every day of what could I add to this, and I know I could make it a beautiful thing and add much to make it richer, like including how it relates to the prophecies,
Yeah.
including how our teachings as indigenous people guide us
Hmm.
in our daily life, um, even including some of the Western philosophers and even modern
Sure.
scholars who've taken a look at.
Hmm.
I was just I was just taking a look at a video by the guy named David Wengrow, who was one of the authors of The Dawn of All Things,
Ah, okay.
which his major thesis was that the Enlightenment in Europe came about because of the interaction with indigenous people of the Americas,
Mm.
dialoguing with European philosophers and coming up with or realizing that we had a notion of personal autonomy and freedom that Europeans just weren't familiar with because
Hmm.
they were under the imperialistic systems.
Hmm.
And so, we may have
Hmm.
been responsible for their breaking free and finding new ways of doing things. So I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting. I'm going to explore a little more of
That
that.
is.
Uh,
Hey, Becky, I just got a message from Christopher. It's early in the morning there. Should we include him?
I don't care if he wants to come in.
Let's,
Is that the New Zealand guy?
that's the New Zealand guy. I find it interesting because this native guy offered us the opportunity to acquire a white buffalo drum today.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and I've got a white buffalo hide here that I was asked to protect, which I do.
Wow.
So all that medicine's coming. Let me see if he wants to.
Okay.
He's a deep thinker, and he has a lot of physical problems, like both of us. We've had to walk a tough road to make it this far,
Yeah.
but we've done it. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with everything you're saying, and it does need to. The way my teachers, especially my Lakota teachers, taught me was when this time came, it's going to have to be exactly what you said. It's a lot of indigenous teaching and guidance, but it has to be combined with some of the current things. So like you using AI is brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yep,
these tools, these Zoom
yep.
tools,
We have
very,
to we
very
have to
useful.
use what they give us.
Mhm.
I'm looking for funding now so I can get out there more. I hate looking for funding.
Ah,
However,
I know.
we're still in that world. So we need the resources to get them. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there's
feel
going to
every
be almost like a menu of choices in terms of
yes,
currency and
yes.
trade value, and
Hmm.
we're going to end up having to redo trade,
Yep.
redo manufacture, redo
Everything.
education and health for sure.
Well, the way I've been seeing it, and I've been doing some videos on it, always when I lead ceremony, and a lot, most of us, and you, I'm sure too, but we've always said we're here to reweave the parts of the hoop that are broken. Well, to me, all the parts are broken. We have to put that aside and together we have to weave a new way to exist.
A new relationship
Yep,
amongst
a new
us.
thank you amongst us and with the mother. We have so
Yeah,
disrespected the mother.
yeah. Well, I have that element in the written word there
Yep,
about
you
it.
do.
Relate
And
people to a species, a representative of their home territory, wherever that might be.
yeah,
Hmm.
yes. No, it's that's why I actually I read what
So,
I read what you had written, and then I had to go off with this young woman I'm working with. I'm trying to pass down. Um, we had to go off and go to an Inipi, and I asked her to read it, so she read it again in the car for both of us. And I was really gratified to see that and she's 27, somebody that young got it.
oh, great.
Yeah, I mean
Thank you.
it's so important
Hmm.
because we're not going to be here forever. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll be here until Creator says get out of here. But
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to leave some kind of something for people in the future. That's what I'm basically thinking about. Like after the collapse is all
hmm
the dust settles and stuff,
hmm
humanity has to be. We're all mixed up now.
totally.
I think there's putting us all back to our countries of origin coming up.
Yeah.
So we have to
Yes.
sit with all of those people that are
hmm
strangers to us and learn to work together. So
We do, and I remember some of it from when I was young and I was standing in the circles. And now Standing Rock helped because we were with a lot of different people, but it has to be ongoing. We have to stand up and stay up because yes, the powers that be have painted us into a corner for so long that too many people have accepted it as the norm and as reality.
yeah, the way it is, yeah. Yeah, I know. I that's one of the things I tell people when I'm going to talk about this
hmm
thing is that you really have to consciously decide that what you've been told about Western democracy being the best
hmm
model and the only real workable model, take it and shuttle it right out of your brain like a
Yep.
program,
Yep.
exit that program
Yep.
and open your mind to this possibility because now it's what I have. I can show you like a 2 minute and 45
Sure.
second long that
Here, I'll
my
do.
AI produced.
Yeah,
Hi.
I'll do the intros first. This
Okay.
is Becky Big Canoe. She's up in Canada. And this is Christopher. He's down in New Zealand. So you guys are on opposite ends of the globe.
Greetings. Wow. We're spanning the globe right now.
We
Cool.
are. We are.
Yeah.
Greetings indeed, and thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Becky.
You as well.
Much
And
respect.
And you did get to read the document that I shared with Jim, right?
Not yet.
Called
oh,
the Kinship Way.
Uh,
the one I sent you about 3 days ago.
ooh,
I think you did
oh,
because we talked about it.
yeah,
It's five
can't
o'clock in the
remember.
morning there. So
Okay.
Yeah, I,
You can have a coffee, whatever.
yeah, I do remember you, yeah, sending me something. I did read it. I can't remember much about it as I'm
okay.
waking up.
Okay. Well, would I be able to share screen,
Yeah,
Jim?
I think I have to do, let me find this.
Okay, I'm going
Captions,
to
pause.
Oh, that's
pull it
one that you sent that's similar to what we're aiming
Yes.
for. Yes.
Yes. Similar to Sanctuaries, correct.
Yeah.
Share.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm on board with that.
I think it would combine beautifully with the sanctuaries that I
yeah.
looked at. So
That's what I was feeling as well.
Hmm. They keep changing things. I'm looking for share screen for others. The
It
latter.
looks like I can, Jim. So
Oh,
I
okay.
will.
Maybe
I'll
it's
just go
just
ahead and
there.
do it. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I'll do it. Okay, so I just want to make that full screen now. Did this a couple months ago, and I would edit it now.
Yeah.
Saying like I would change some of the text and whatnot. Oh, sorry, I gotta go backwards. Oh, what happened? I didn't pick that one. I'm gonna go out and fix it. Yeah, let's keep this. This is my studio one, so videos. I don't know why it changed to the other one. Must have been something I clicked on.
Yep. No rush.
All right. I think I'm there now. Share.
Where borders blur, not in a geographical sense, but in the realm of human connection. In a world rife with division, how can we foster a sense of unity? Welcome to the Kinship Way, a global initiative aimed at creating bonds that transcend race, religion, and nationality. The Kinship Way is a collection of 12 global groups, each represented by a unique symbol and color. The symbols are rooted in nature, embodying the universal essence of existence. They are the thunderbird, oak tree, and whale, each symbolizing power, resilience, and wisdom, respectively. These symbols are further divided into the 4 colors of red, yellow, black, and white, creating a total of 12 unique kinship groups. The process of joining a kinship group is designed to be simple yet profound. On a designated day, every individual over 12 years old across the globe is assigned a number from 1 to 12. This number corresponds to one of the kinship groups. Following this, individuals log into an online presentation where the kinship groups are deployed randomly. Each kinship group has a dedicated website where members can confirm their membership and learn about their new global family. The beauty of kinship groups is the realization that wherever in the world one might be, they have kin. Be it a bustling city or a quiet town, you belong to a global family that transcends borders. To make this kinship visible, badges corresponding to each kinship group are available to be worn with pride and to recognize others from the same kinship group. Once the kinship groups are formed, the process of self-organization begins. Meetings are arranged, both locally and virtually, where the Kinship Way is explained and explored. It's a forum for members to work together, organize activities, and connect in meaningful ways. The Kinship Way offers an alternative to the existing systems. It's a form of governance that is local yet global, fostering a renewed respect for humanity's diverse cultural expressions. It's a system where everyone has a role to play, a voice to be heard, and a decision to make. In the face of chaos and confusion, the Kinship Way offers stability and strength. It overlays existing systems without interfering, providing clear channels of communication if all else fails. It's a tool for systemic change, a beacon of hope in a world yearning for unity. To learn more about the Kinship Way, visit thekinshipway.earth. With an open mind and an open heart, you too can be part of this global initiative, fostering peace, prosperity, and unity. So, drop every weaponized bias, embrace the diversity of humanity, and together let's step into a future where unity is not just a dream, but a reality. In the spirit of
So yeah, that's what I accomplished with AI. So I wanted to make a more full length, more explanatory, like what it says in there, and it doesn't say in the document, is that I've already chosen 3 names for the groups, being Thunderbird for sky, Oak Tree for earth, and Whale for ocean, so, or water. So, and then each of them is red, yellow, black, and white to keep things simple, right? So if it were deployed and in our struggle to make the earth, renew the earth, help her, all Thunderbirds, being air people, would concern themselves with that, air quality, and everything that's associated with it. And oak tree people would care for the earth realm,
Mm-hmm.
and whale people would care for the water realm. So now you have 1/3 of each of humanity concerning itself with the well-being of their sphere. So that helps organize things. You can use the colors to accomplish other things as well. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's got within it coherent utility to bring ideas into being that enough people agree with. And the work in the agreement mostly occurs at the local level. So
Mm-hmm.
you have a council of representatives of all the kin groups, the man and the woman that represent, they sit together in council.
Mm-hmm.
After having heard what they need to hear from their advisory groups, which are the youth, young men and women who are raising families, middle-aged men and women, senior men and women, and then elders. And each has a look at society from their own lens and their own experience and etc. to add to the discussion. And so everyone's viewpoints are considered. So that's another benefit, you might say. Aside from that, it could take, if it were sat in the middle of a group of wisdom people and recorded, then much good discussion could be fostered by just considering how it would work for everyone. But people have to understand that in the deployment of the group, the random nature means that you can't ally or affiliate yourself so that you can stack your group or anything like that.
Right.
Each group is going to be statistically similar because of the random nature of deployment. So in my locale, I'll be included in the senior women's council, but that will mean that there will also be European and Indian and Hindu and anyone else who's immigrated into my area. And it's my job to work with all of them, all of us together, to look at our community and say, from our point of view, what does our community need? What does our community want? And how can we collectively contribute to the well-being of our community? And what can we tell our head people are the important matters that we want them to bring forth to the table in the council? So we're going to have to be multicultural in our working together. And I tell people that means also that every group is going to have everything from prisoners in their responsibility to wealthy financiers. At this point, we would call them wealthy. When this collapses, it's going to be great leveling, but it's going to be people with experience and education in many different matters. So then at that point, we need to take stock, so to speak, of what expertise, what resources, what systems we can deploy that work for everyone and everyone's well-being equally. So that's the basic premise I've put forward, is that, we have to respect one another.
Yeah, which we've lost.
Totally. It's the
So,
thing,
yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, it's the thing I look at is we've created such separation. Respect, kinship, association, empathy are all qualities that have been lost for a majority of westernized people, systems, and governance.
This is the indigenous offering of a way back to being that human family, like that
I'm
unified
hearing this.
human family.
Yeah. Just me
Anyway,
trying it.
I feel this is a good start, guys, and
Oh yeah.
if either of you know someone who would help me co-write the book, I'm probably coming into money at some point in time, and I would pay
I
them.
would I would be honored to co-write the book with you. I have two books out there now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
I pulled them off of Amazon because I didn't like what they were doing,
right.
but I have the virtual copies of them and I'm going to be offering them again. So we can talk about that on the side for sure.
Okay,
And I'll send you the virtual PDFs. Um,
okay. And someone who could help script and craft the video too would be great.
yeah,
And then when those are ready, then we can activate the website and
right.
begin finding
Mhm.
out the teaching platforms, because I think the important first step is to sort of create ambassadors of the way,
Mm,
people who can go out and talk about it and share it and
right.
encourage communities to adopt it. And then collectively we can figure out a deployment date of the numbers when we have the
Uh-huh.
technical backup ready, meaning the website where people go for the information, and
Hmm.
the 12 groups each having a website they go to find out, you
Hmm.
know, who's local, who's regional, who's national in a sense, and who's continental or global.
Global. So Becky, oh my. Okay. If we run out of time, I will just pull you guys back up. This, my Zoom has been giving me issues. I don't know why.
It's okay. I kind of have to get going anyway.
Okay. So let's,
Yeah, thank you for taking time with me.
yeah, let me just make sure I'm clear on this point. So locally, we come together, which is what I've been doing and Chris has been doing, and he was here last year. We went out on the land for 3 months. Um, and that is done consciously, I guess is the word. But then the global, that is done randomly. That is done, in effect, we're letting the mother decide. Is that correct?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
the
that.
random nature of it
Yeah.
has to kind of be deployed
Mhm.
everywhere at the same
Okay.
time.
Got it.
And then there'll be a lot of like days of people going, "What the hell does this all mean?"
Oh, yeah.
And what do you mean I'm this or that or whatever? But eventually it would settle down into people being curious and opening to,
Mhm.
but we have to try and capture all the reasons that we need to do it
Yep.
in the book, Jim. So we have to
Yes.
expand on many of the ideas that are in the bare bones structure of what I've provided you with,
Hmm.
using indigenous wisdom, Western wisdom, Eastern
Yep.
wisdom
Yep.
from all around the world. So,
Yep.
and then we have to like talk about how a transition to the kinship way will eventually eliminate the need for state, federal type,
Yep.
governments, and
Yes.
nationalism.
Yep.
Nationalism can go away as well eventually,
Hmm.
and this way we can initiate trade, production, or whatever people need.
Hmm.
We can work together to clean up water sources, make major decisions and smaller decisions,
Oh, yeah.
together.
Hmm.
And then like the other important thing being that nobody has to submit to homogenization of themselves and
Right.
putting aside their culture. Their culture is valuable no matter where it came from.
You bet.
And then they can
Mm-hmm.
have the option of sharing it or not. It's up to them. But never
Mm.
do we ever dictate or prescribe to others what they should believe,
Yeah.
right? That's an indigenous thing, very much.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we'll put it in the book that the best way to make the kinship way a way to be adopted by everyone is to completely respect indigenous ways from around the world
Hmm.
and put them on a platform of being the teachers of this way.
Right.
And that we will then have unity through equality, through the grandfather teachings that we
Mhm.
teach the children from a young age. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Chris? I see this as integrating beautifully, and then our sanctuaries are actually places where people can come to learn, to share, so people from around the globe could show up to learn together. That's what I'm
That would
feeling.
be marvelous.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah, this is part of what I'm hearing. Like for me,
Yeah.
when I talk to the mother, she clearly shows me, to her, all her children are the same,
Hmm.
equally. You
Yeah.
know, four-leggeds, two-leggeds, everybody, everything. Um, and it's bringing that value into everything, which is what I'm hearing you say.
And we now
Um,
have the tools that we never had
Yes.
before, which is to
Yep.
translate everything we're saying into almost every language on the planet.
Yes.
yeah, I
And
actually
we,
see,
yeah,
yeah,
go.
I was going to say, I see the cultures as extremely important
Hmm.
because in my learning, every culture has its own set of knowledge,
Yep.
and we need to include a lot of this knowledge which has been ignored by the current
Hmm.
system.
Yeah.
I always have concern about groups because it's looking at how do we get people where they let go of division. And as soon as we have groups,
Mm.
does that cause
There's
an issue
division
with,
comes up.
There's division. That's right.
yeah.
And
Whereas
it's that
to
it
me,
was made. Yeah, it was made that way to keep us
yeah,
divided.
yeah. And
Okay. No,
to,
this is an awesome beginning. Um, I really feel this. I really do.
yeah,
Fantastic. Thank you. Me too. I feel it
Ah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
very much.
Teaching people to, yeah, teaching people to work together is crucial.
yeah.
It'll all be circle work. All of
Yeah,
our, councils, circles. You got to be patient.
my,
You got to be
my whole
concise.
first book is about circles, Becky.
There you go. So we can draw from that. We can
There
make
you go.
reference to that. And
yeah.
soon we'll
That's a
have a
big one.
system to present to the
All
world.
right. Hey, yo, team. Thank you. The dogs are affirming it.
Right on.
Yeah. It's interesting for me because what I've been getting shown in the last couple of days is how everything is a circle. Everything works in
Yeah,
circle. Nothing is outside
yeah.
of it.
That's the indigenous
Everything
way.
it,
Yep.
yeah,
I
everything
want
it
to make
float. Sorry,
I want to make a
yours, Becky.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have the
Next
document,
steps go.
The Google document,
Uh-huh.
use the facility under file to make yourself a copy. Take that copy and give it a new spacing so you have lots of line space
Mm.
for your own ideas, where you're going to insert with
Ah,
a different color or something, but to,
yeah.
you know, each of you.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
we can come back together where you've gotten some thoughts, ideas, questions, comments to
cool.
share.
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds
Yeah,
good. And we can interject in there where we see the work
Yeah.
we've been doing so it melds. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'd
But
appreciate that. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
And I'm going
Yeah.
to, I just want both of your permission to share this with our other board members. There's only 4 or 5 others.
Go right ahead for me. I don't
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
yeah,
Say hello to them.
I appreciate the work you've done, Becky, as I'm
Thank you.
waking up and
Oh, yeah.
recalling. Um, yeah,
Thank
really
Sorry,
you.
Chris.
appreciate it.
I can
That's
I
all
can
right.
make the little YouTube clip available to you too. I'll just put a link in your messenger if you want,
Oh, good. Yeah,
Tim, and
I
then you can
would.
share it where
Yes.
you want. Okay.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
Okay. Well, I'll
All
talk with
right.
you soon.
Oh,
I'll take my leave. You guys might want to talk. Bye.
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you, Becky.
I'll call you right back because, well, wait, maybe I can turn the recording off. Hang on. Well, we're going off in 2 minutes. I'll send you another link.
Okay.
I got to call this today. Oh, how do I do this? Hello. And